it was more than a dream and it was feasible.
Actually,
you know, and the fact that I got to get on camera myself,
oh Lord,
and tell you niggas story is the reason why the city is fucked up. When y'all get in front of these cameras, man, y'all gotta stop leaving out and dressing up shit to make it pretty and appeasing to, you know, just highlight popular names or popularity of people y'all know.
Politically correct names.
Yeah, fuck politically correct, you know.
Big love on the back street. Some advice, man, to these artists that's watching. Some advice.
Advice to the artists is to stay true to yourself. Get your money, take care of your family and your kids. Pay homage to the ones before you. You don't have to skip eras. Like, I could easily highlight 1,000 popular names that everybody say, but that wouldn't be telling the truth, you know what I mean? I saw real niggas like Willie D. I had to see a nigga walking in the neighborhood and then sit him on the stage for me to be like, oh yeah, that's a real nigga and that's doing what I want to do. My boy D, Trinity Garden Cartel, may be, if not the realest, one of the top 3. You know, I'm not gonna put too many of them as far as real niggas who enter.
That's really cut from that clout.
That entered the rap game, you know.
Damn, shout out Trinity Garden deal, man.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out Slaughter too.
Shout out your Ice Water.
These are my people. These are people who I first started patterning, you know, my style.
Being that, I guess, being that Swisher House and Rapper Life was so big, you guys and them and a lot of people from the South also, they kind of get overshadowed.
Yeah, I think so, but I think it's just like I said, it's about an era of homage that they totally skipped. Cause I can remember a time when before Swisher House blew, Michael Watts was also integral in my career. He was my DJ when we were going to roads or we were performing hoods. He was the DJ. So my introduction to the Swisher House was him inviting me to All Star to perform, and in turn, his artists that he was trying to break, which would be the Swisher House, these are the guys who would be opening up, you know, for me. So that was my introduction to meeting those guys, you know, and a lot of them, you know, and so it'll be impossible for those guys to not know, you know, the patterns and that they were following and who was putting it down before them. So it's like, you know, and a lot of those guys, you know, are good friends of mine to this day. You know, Mario, P, these guys who just always been good friends and always been around me. You know, me and Slim had our altercations, but he's still been a good guy to me. I always treated him like a little brother. You know, he dated my little sister. So you know what I mean? It was just a circle of people and networking. But
you want that RP to Kim, man. You've been, since I've been on Facebook, since I've heard your music, since that untimely day, you rep your sister to the fullest, man. You keep her memory alive, bro. What makes you keep going the same line? Cause like I said, I'm the oldest of 5, and me and my sister locked in for life, so I couldn't even fathom, you know what I'm saying, what you've been through. But what makes you keep her name alive like the way you do?
Oh man, it's a trip because everybody knows this too, you know, who is in my immediate circle, especially if they went to school with Kim. Kim was my hugest fan, my biggest supporter. You got to think by the age group, like from, you know, the you know, y'all guys and down, it was like Kim was right there with y'all. So everybody that you wasn't gonna go to Booker T, you wasn't gonna be on the North Side, you wasn't gonna be in these teen clubs, you wasn't gonna do any of this and not know who Big Love was, and that was because of Kim. You know what I mean? She held high. She held me, you know. I was the best rapper in the world of her.
Right.
So, I mean, I even got old footage I could pull up. You know, this girl, she just, you know, I was it. I was him. And nobody could tell her different.
Man.
So, you know, for her to be gone now, it's like, you know, I feel I owe her that. Like, if somebody was your biggest supporter and they push you, it's like I can't do nothing but keep your memory alive. So R.I.P. Kim forever.
Kim, you, like I said, I don't care what you do, you know what I'm saying, even from songs back in the day to now, social media, since we got that, you gonna make sure you represent your sister. Like I say, man, that's big. And I know, like I said, I know she proud of what you're doing. Like I said, you could have easily been, you know where we come from, on drugs, depressed, killing yourself, things like that, but you smiling, like I say, and then shit, you got children yourself. What does fatherhood mean to you?
Oh man, fatherhood. That's also another reason why I decided to step back from rap and stuff because I missed a lot of stuff, and I missed some birthdays, being on the road because I was one of the pioneers who was like really trying to get the Houston sound out. So like between me and D, we would take regional tours. We were like some of the first ones doing shows in Atlanta. We were breaking the Houston sound. I mean, D could tell you, man, we done got into it with people on the bus who, you know what I mean, because they had this, we were country for as they concerned, you know what I mean? We had to, change that persona, you know what I mean? Whether we did it through our raps or whether we had to touch your ass up on the road and come back home, we were real representing for the city.
Man, Backstreet's a cold shit, man. He put it down, Big Love. You dropped all these gems, man. Talk a little bit about the music, man. The project that we was playing earlier, man. What's the name of it?
Oh, the last project I did, I just decided to go brush the dust off the mic and give y'all something a couple years ago. So we came out with All Scars, No Trophies. You know what I mean? So that's basically letting you know, like in this game, as far as the accolades, I give my accolades from the streets for the things I've done in the streets, but as far as the music, some of those accolades that I never got. So, what I'm saying? I got the scars, but without the trophies. But, it's all good. It makes the name Big Love even befitting because to see the ones come after me, even they don't know that, without some of the work, man, the others put in that you wouldn't be able to get your song. Like I'm one of the few guys from the North who made rotation. It had a lot to do with the radio station and a lot to do with Walter D, Captain Jack.
Shout out Captain Jack, Jazzy Red.
Mean Green.
Shout out Mean Green. I wish I could interview the homie, man.
Yeah, so these are all the people who were integral in helping me in my career. And these are people who were working with your Master P's. They were working with your babies and your Cash Monies back then.
Master P stayed shouting out Mean Green.
Yeah, so I was looking at their track record, so and then they preached independence to me because they had helped people get these deals. Shout out to Lump too, man. Lump promoted the shit out of me. Lump don't get enough.
Talk about Lump.
Lump don't get enough props in this shit either. Lump broke so many people in this industry. It's crazy too. So these guys are the ones who preached independence. And I also knew, like I told you, I knew Icy. I knew a lot of the rap, a lot of artists, Drunk D, Ghetto. Me and Ghetto were really close to the point where I would go visit them in the compound. James had an apartment building he owned where a lot of the rap, a lot of independent artists stayed. So I would go visit these dudes. So R.I.P. Ghetto, and everybody know I'm speaking the facts. I go and visit Ghetto all the time when he's staying in these apartments. So I'm like, yo man, everybody jamming, Too Much Trouble, they had a hot song, Break Yourself Bitch. The Sex Fiends, them my niggas, they had the Hey Ho, these are all my people. But I'm young and I'm hustling at the time, and so I'm talking to these people and I'm trying to see where their income is coming from, and y'all signed to these labels, where the fuck y'all money? Y'all looking just like me, as a matter of fact, in a lot of these incidents, when I mess with these guys, I'm the one with the car pulling up, picking up, what I'm saying? At these times, these are...
And who your top five, Big Love? Being that you true hip hop head, you from the South, who you like top five all time?
We talking hip hop or we talking...
Yeah, hip hop.
A certain geographic area.
Oh, that's a good question.
So you want to know Houston?
Do H-Town since we from the city.
H-Town. That's where it get hard. H-Town, lyricists. I gotta give it to Brad. I can't.
Got Brad Jordan.
Take nothing from face, so shout out to Brad Jordan. It'd be hard for me to give, even when I be giving these tops, I really don't say Brad a lot because I'm one of the few people who are slighting because it's like, I know he got East Coast roots. You know what I mean?
You my man. So, you from Jersey, bro. Yeah, so that's why you know what I'm saying? It explains a lot.
Yeah, it explains the lyricism when you coming from the motherland of it. So So
man, back streets with cold shit. Niggas be, I be like, man, he from New Jersey. That's why he can spit. Not to say we can't spit, but it explains why he way harder than all of us.
Yeah, he from the Mecca. When you from the Mecca, his training, his thought, and how he came into it. You know, he was a DJ. His history. He's hip hop. He not just rap. A lot of guys from out here is just rap, but he is hip hop. He more than just the element of rap. You know, he got everything in him. So it's hard to beat somebody who has more elements in hip hop than you. That's just rap. You know what I mean?
Shout out Brad George, man. So we just gonna leave it at face then. You don't wanna put nobody else on there?
Oh no, we go top 5, but I see my top 5 is probably different than a lot of my others, because my top 5 are not necessarily the people who blew. My top 5 may be people you know, like my guys from Make Us Home. C9, I think C9 one of the most underrated in the city. It's a lot of people heard him on. He was on Big Mo City of Surd on the Dirty Third Ride Candy. When I met him and I met Vesto. Man, these two guys, been ripping tracks since the early 90s. And it's they got music to this day as the group they formed, Hood Bosses, that you could put some of these tracks up against any other tracks of these popular artists that's out, man. Them boys can't compete with them boys.
Man, actually, shit, man. I'm trying to save some more for our next interview, but we in here running. I got 3 more, man. I promise I'm gonna get you out of here, man. Talk about DJ Marco Polo legacy. People forget about the real TSF. No shot at TSF, but he was doing that shit, man, and again putting it off on, man, letting us be heard. Man,
I down there got chills when you said that name, man. Once again, when I talk about names that they leave out of that era and pay homage, it's none of them Swisher House artists, none of you guys should even be talking without giving props to Marco Polo. Man, is so integral in breaking careers. We talking somebody who was in the club playing these local artists at the time, who was probably more responsible for breaking their careers than the labels that they ended up signing to. Marco would have been as integral to the city of Houston as, you gotta put him up there, man. You got your Screw, you got your Watts, you got to follow them up with Marco.
DJ Marco Polo, why is he forgotten like that? I think he's a forgotten hero.
I think it's mainly because he was rooting for the underdogs. So whenever you get somebody who's for the street and who's promoting the underdog, and then he also was a real nigga, you know what I mean? So when you get somebody, you can bring Marco, the most popular artist you know, you can bring him Future, you can bring him Lil Baby, you can bring him anybody. If it was trash and he ain't like it was trash, he wasn't playing that shit. But you can bring him Boot Click out of his home, somebody who gonna come and he feel from the heart, he gonna play it. You know what I mean? It's a lot of artists, man. Shout out to Boot Click too.
Shout out Boot Click.
Wherever you at, boy, God be with you, man. This is somebody I saw, man, I see all the praise that they give DMX in the game, and I promise you, Boot Click is somebody with a major push that could have had, and that's saying high, because when you say DMX,
you saying shit. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, you talking multi-platinum, and you talking that's the talent that Boot Click had. So I grew up around guys with immense talent that never got the opportunity to see they star shine, and for whatever reason, just the city didn't embrace them because they wasn't elegant, or they didn't have this kind of money, or they just wasn't in this situation. And then sometimes we all fighting demons, and sometimes personally we
life